Thierry agus Dúnagáil. An sanna go le thuirtrééis trí beag an slua mór.
Barrio Grady Lorna Porca agus ó Michael O'Riordan sa Lena Lon Tosach.
Better than it was last year. Tip may not seem as good, but they have experience to make up for the shortcomings that they have because of the loss of players.
And the Castle Lions pipe band. Everything is in readiness. It's Munster Hurling Championship time. It's a Clare team in transition from the one that brought 2 All-Ireland titles in the 1990s to the Banner County. Davy Fitzgerald, the Lowens, Brian and Frank are still key elements of the Clare back four. Sean McMahon continues to be a force to be reckoned with. Colin Lynch and Jerry Quinn are today picked in midfield, and the attack is led by James O'Connor with Niall Gilligan, Tony Carmody and David Ford forming the inside forward line. Been a rough couple of weeks for Tipperary. Injuries mean no involvement for Paul Ormond, Eddie Enright and John Carroll. Still, it's a team with an abundance of talent, starting with Brendan Cummins showing Donica Fahy at left corner back, David Kennedy on the same line, Conor Gleeson, Noel Morris in midfield. Match is underway as we take a look at the rest of the Tip team. Tommy Dunn has been listed on the 40. Now, will he play there or play in midfield? It's Tipperary who won the toss, and they're playing with the wind at their backs for the opening 35 minutes. Clare into an early attack. Strong resistance by the backs there of Tipperary. Corcoran getting it away downfield. Opportunities presenting themselves to Lar Corbett. One back here by John Redden.
John Redden has gone midfield and Jerry Quinn has gone wing back of the Clare team.
Well, they try to outfox one another in terms of making the various substitutions, and that's not a bad start at all, with Tony Griffin coming through there from the wing. Doing really well. In fact, he's now playing on the 40. He's got the first score. This was a beautifully created score. Lots of pace, expected to be challenged, wasn't, and he's put it over the bar. Good start for Clare, playing against the wind. Colin Lynch. About 25,000 people here, maybe a little bit more. That's one back there by Tom Costello. Griffin trying to get it. Clare win it back. Alan Markham. Nicely inside here. Redden's coming forward again. Another attack, another point. That's a first for John Redden, but it's a second for Clare. They're off to a flyer.
John Redden has gone midfield, James has gone wing forward, and Griffin has gone centre forward. Great start for Clare against a strong breeze.
Great take there by Colin Lynch. This is a very determined looking early performance from Clare. Up into the corner there towards Niall Gilligan. Challenged strongly by Philip Marr. Pat Dunphy is the linesman on this near side. The referee is in charge here. It's Pat Horan. Aidan McSeedna from Dublin is on the opposite wing. David Ford, one of those waiting inside. Colin Lynch letting fly, and it has just gone wide. Colin from the Lissy Casey club. Oh, it's fast and furious already. Brian O'Mara was trying to take possession of that in the right half-forward position. Instead, it's Tommy Dunn, Tip's captain, beyond Eugene O'Neill this time. John O'Brien trying to make his presence felt in there. Strong defence by Tipperary, by Clare. They work it out well. Great hurling. One-handed batted down that time by Donica Fahy, but I think it had gone out over the sideline. Donnacha Fahy from the St Mary's Club. That's brilliantly done. Well, it was up to that point there. Reinforcements arriving towards Tony Griffin this time. Comes back into the centre here towards Brian O'Mara, the man who was so unlucky to lose out on last year's All-Ireland final. Conor Gleeson is the player down injured.
Yeah, Ger, at this stage, Conor Gleeson has got in centre forward and Tommy Dunn is out centre field for Tip.
Well, that was a change, I think, which was not entirely unexpected. High in and over by Owen Kelly, the free taker. His first of the day. So 2 points to 1. Sir Reliance here is taken over from Ger Loughnane, of course, as team manager. That's a great catch. Redden. Trying to latch onto it there was Alan Markham. Into the corner. Tony Carmody after it. Carmody is something of a newcomer to this particular stage of hurling, has just put that one wide. 2 wides now for Clare, but they have a lead of 2 points to 1. David Hoey put under pressure over there. Lar Corbett. Clare get it back again. Redden doing a lot of very productive stuff. And there was a push, and it's going to be a free downfield for Tipperary. Tony Carmody from Ina. Struck forward by Philip Marr. Again, great resolution by Clare. Doing the simple things well, Brian Quinn. Back there is Donnacha Fahy. Coming out for this one, Owen O'Neill. Well, it's a big effort, but it wasn't on target. Umpire had absolutely no doubt about that one. Nicky English hoping to lead his side further and further in this year's championship. Remember, they played 18 matches between league and championship and 1 or 2 other challenges last year and were absolutely unbeaten. Phenomenal record. Tony Griffin beaten this time by David Kennedy. Couple of hefty challenges. Brian Quinn having to be at his very best. Back to Shawnee McMahon. McMahon setting away. Up towards Carmody. Well done by Kennedy this time. Great play by the centre half back. Ferocious action. You can see just in the last couple of plays what the championship means to all of these players. Fast, furious, very intense. Jerry Quinn here was in the thick of it all there with Brian O'Mara. Tommy Dunn preparing to strike this one. 2-1, Clare leading. It's going to the left.
Now with the breeze there, Tommy would expect
that. Second wide now for Tipperary.
Tommy would expect that to turn around, and that breeze just didn't. Clare have made a better start against the breeze. They seem to be far more aggressive, and Tip are taking a good while to settle in.
Davy Fitzgerald, the puck out towards Tony Griffin. He misses it. It's David Kennedy instead, centre half back. Working his way back here. That's Paul Kelly. And that has gone wide. All the Tipperary fans behind the Blackrock goal were willing it and wishing it to go over. but Paul just put it to the right. Tony Griffin. Up into the corner once again it comes. David Ford switched across there. This is David Kennedy. Very thoughtful, stylish centre-half back. Frank Lohan under pressure. Brian, his brother, there alongside him. The Clare team captain. And the referee saw some jersey tugging, and it's a free out for Clare. Well, it's certainly a hectic opening 8 minutes or thereabouts, and they're enjoying it. Referee Pat Horn going back towards the Clare goal area. Perhaps one of his umpires has something to convey to him. Oh well, he's decided that Pat has cast his vote and the general election is over. This is Clare's first free of the match. Tony Griffin on the 40, brilliantly taken down. Griffin on his left-hand side has belted it over the bar. That's his second point. Very good start for the Banner men, who lead by 3 points to 1. Lots of excitement here in the early skirmishes on a huge day this for Gaelic games. Owen O'Neill down towards John O'Brien. Kelly beaten for it. Line ball. Don Maxidna, the linesman on that far side of the field. It'll be Noel Morris who'll hit this one. Made a really good connection. That's brilliant. Three points to 2. Just take a look at this catch here just moments ago. Brilliantly gathered in there, and away went Tony Griffin. Clare rampant again. Colin Lynch providing the fodder in towards his inside forward line. Griffin coming forward. It was a really good chance, but he's fluffed it. That was one of his best chances so far. He's scored 2, but that's the first he's missed.
Yeah, Ger, so far the Clare full forward line are making no impact. A lot of ball going in there against the breeze, but not scoring yet inside.
Plenty of potential in both forward lines, as we know from recent experiences. Conor Gleeson outside to Tommy Dunn. That's all he needs.
That's a beautiful score, Ger. Good hand pass out from Conor Gleeson, straight over the bar.
Game is level, 3 points apiece. First time they've been level in this match. Conor Gleeson, the provider, back out to his team captain, and Tommy Dunn from Toomevara doesn't miss those. Davy Fitz. Jamesy O'Connor. They're looking for a big performance from him, but he has been hampered by injury. Tony Griffin starting really well. Inside towards Tony Carmody. Back there, Philip Marr. Defiant. Great clearance. Tommy Dunn not liking the nature of the challenge. It's back in by Colin Lynch once again. Players waiting inside for a decent supply. Doesn't come. Instead it comes to David Kennedy. Lark Corbett against Hoey over there. Push the referee's sides, and it's going to be a free downfield. Free to Clare. Brian Quinn always giving of his very best in the Clare colours. And what can you say about Sean McMahon? Well, he'll up to lob this one, and he's against the breeze, and he's on his own 65-metre line. Inside towards David Ford. Played outside. James O'Connor. That's wide. Well, acknowledging that it was a decent pass, but the angle was quite acute. Louis Mulqueen there in the middle of all of that, one of the three selectors for Clare. Part of the great St. Joseph's Dura Bearfield management team. Brendan Cummins. Touch back down there by John Redden. Colin Lynch. Beautifully forward. Swept up here well by Alan Markham. Tony Redden once again. And Redden deemed to have been fouled by Eamon Corcoran, the JKE Brackens man. Just outside Templemore, that particular club. He had a great season last year, Eamon. Now this is more within the Shawnee McMahon range. 50 metres or thereabouts out from goal. Can he restore Clare's advantage? They started really excitingly. Just drifted away towards the very end. That's 5 wides now by Clare. No dispute from Sean McMahon. David Hoy under pressure. Colin Lynch trying to step in, help out. This the 46th ever championship meeting between these two counties. An intense rivalry that developed, I suppose, starting back many years ago, but it really became quite intense from 1993 onwards. Brian Lohan played in that particular Munster Championship game against him. David Hoey. Oh, he's walloped it out over the sideline.
Joe, I think that the Tip will probably start making a few changes in the forwards. Just, you know, Larry Corbett hasn't done much yet. It's like Nicky might just switch them around a small bit.
Well, he's emphasised over the last year or two with the 5 substitutes. You need to freshen things about. Owen O'Neill hitting that one, and he has hit it wide. They haven't settled well yet, Tipperary.
Not really, Joe. Like, they're up against Clare took them, you know, good few body tackles put in, and Clare at the moment are hitting them hard as they can. Very fair game. And as I say, that Brian O'Mara switching wings with Larry Corbett. Just haven't settled, but they're still only 3 points off, but they have a strong breeze.
Oh, the hand pass was intended for Colin Lynch. Didn't reach him from Alan Markham. And Tipperary have the sideline cut. Tommy Dunn, the captain, saying, I'll take it.
Yeah, so it is things, Joe, that scores can come, because Markham was very casual at that time. Like, he should have got that ball away. It's been blocked down just here. Should have got it away, turned on his right side.
Tommy Dunn, beautifully in. Opportunities presenting themselves. Sean O'Brien was available, so too were 2 others. Brian Lohan forced into some distress, but he gets it back. He's the great leader of this Clare team, has been for years. Cheers from the Tipperary followers. But Brian Lohan from the Wolf Tones Club in Shannon, deemed to have been fouled here. John O'Brien deemed to have been the one who was committing the indiscretion. Beautifully taken by Noel Morris. Scored a point earlier on from a sideline. They come forward again to Tommy Dunn. Tipperary now settling into this challenge. Clare came at them in the opening 10 minutes, and they might come at them again very shortly. John Redden. Still the pressure. Conor Gleeson for Tipperary. All frantic, rather frantic hurling, and Lar Corbett trying to link up with a teammate. And that was an unfair challenge A foul by Noel Morris on Jerry Quinn.
Jerry, yeah, but he had given the free before that for throwing up the ball and catching it. He was fouled afterwards, so there's going to be a free for Tip.
Strong competitor, Noel Morris. Jerry Quinn from Corofin. Two Quinns in this Clare team. Brian from Tulla, playing at number 2. Well, Jerry Quinn's okay. So it's an opportunity for Owen Kelly of Tipperary. 48 or 9 metres out. Doesn't miss those. So Tipperary now lead by 4 points to 3. Spike Nolan there, the county treasurer. Noel Morris under this one. Clare come again. Into the corner this time. They'll be looking for a great deal more, Clare, I think, from players like Niall Gilligan and David Ford in particular. They have a lot of experience. Philip Marr here from Borrisoleigh, very dominant. Colin Lynch just about gets it as far as James O'Connor, going by David Kennedy. Always brings a sense of excitement about. That was a good bat away that time by Brendan Cummins, and Noel Morris gets it away downfield for Tipperary. Clare have it again. Into the corner. Gilligan's out there. Worked in. Great stop. And finally away by David Kennedy. Real danger there for Tipperary. Conor Gleeson now gathering it up here. Beyond Eugene O'Neill. Inside beautifully here. And here's a goal chance. And it's in the back of the net by Owen Kelly.
Fantastic score, Joe. Great save at one end and a fantastic score at the other end. When the chance came on, Kelly struck it.
20 minutes into the first half and it's 1/4 of 3 points. But after that save, it was Conor Gleeson who mopped it up in midfield. On for Owen Kelly. And the Monaghan man buried it. Davy Fitz had really no chance. Tip have certainly settled. Now the challenge being firmly presented to Clare. Owen O'Neill. Davy Fitz rocked no doubt by that goal just moments ago. Having a few words with his backs, trying to fire them up now, Davy.
It's a stage here that Clare have to stay in the game. It's the first time they're down 4 points. They have to stay in the game now.
It's quite a battle. It always is when Clare meet Tipperary in hurling. Towards Tony Griffin. Touched down there, however, by the centre half back, and it's away by Noel Morris towards Lark Corbett. Switched around on the half forward line. Conor Gleeson. This time in beyond Owen Kelly. Frank Lowen will appreciate the challenge he's going to face this afternoon. Jerry Quinn hammering it forward. That's over. Good point by Niall Gilligan, and that's exactly what you expect from Gilligan. He's an experienced performer. He's been around the course before. A goal between them. Gilligan getting the latest score. Fairly typical Niall Gilligan point. Corbett falling over, pushed. Protests right, left and centre, particularly by Jerry Quinn. Some running repairs there. Corbett just wanting to get reacquainted with his left boot. This is where he was knocked around the place. So it's a free to Tipperary.
For the last few minutes, Tip's midfield have kind of got on top. Tommy Dunn and Conor Gleeson mainly on top of John Redden. Makes a big difference.
Owen Kelly again. That's 3 points now from 3 frees taken. But of course he's got the goal as well. Davy Fitzgerald. Tommy Dunn playing in midfield. On there towards Owen Kelly. Again the ball handled on the ground, and it's going to be a free for Clare. A number of players in this match so far, Cyril, which is 24 minutes old, have not shown up prominently.
Yeah, Gerald, full forward and if Clare will have to start doing something.
Here's an opportunity. That's wide. Well, they're looking for a big showing from this young player from Ina, Tony Carmody. Just managed to get away there from Tom Costello. Should have counted, but didn't. That's Brian Quinn again, inevitably. Nicely up forward, Carmody. Trying to go through. He has support. He uses that support, and it's a goal for Clare. (1-5 to 1-4). David Ford, who scored a very famous goal here some years ago at Porky Queeve, after 25 minutes, he's put just the minimum between the teams. Tipperary's defence was all over the place. Carmody the provider, good vision to pick out Ford, and that's a great score. Back at the other end, Tipperary come forward to John O'Brien to get his first point of the match. Score for score at this stage, 2 points between them, and about 9 minutes to go to half-time. This is Carmody once again, spooning it across here towards David Ford, a renowned goal poacher. What a battle now. Griffin. Ford hoping to electrify the Clare fans and the game itself. No joy on this occasion, however, for Niall Gilligan. Ollie Baker, will he be in? Will Clancy be in? Owen Kelly walloped away there with some difficulty by Frank Lowen. Colin Baker almost running into trouble. In the end, losing out to Noel Morris. And that is wide. It was John O'Brien who scored a little earlier on, having moved a little bit out the field in a momentary switch with Conor Gleeson. Gleeson is in there on the 40 to limit the potential of Sean McMahon to dominate this game. Right now it's Alan Markham. And no, I think the umpire got it right. Alan Markham had no argument. It did go just a few inches wide of the right-hand post.
Yeah, Gerard's one that should have been scored. He caught that ball great, had it on the run. He should have scored that one.
That's nicely taken down there. Carmody. Now he's beginning to settle into his stride. It was a chance, but it was an awkward enough angle. In the past, Clare teams, Cyril, have depended enormously on Jamesy O'Connor, but we haven't seen much of his influence in this match.
He's been quiet today, but the Tip midfield outside at the moment are on top. The second half you could come right into it. There's a good strong breeze there, and Tip will want a few more points per half time.
Owen O'Neill playing with that breeze, and the umpires say absolutely yes, over the bar. O'Neill from Kappa White, first point, 1-7 to 1-4.
Davy Fitz is onto his half back line to drop in behind that puck out. They're going out very far. Midfield of Clare asking their half forward to come and help.
So Eugene doing the business. Noel Morris breaks it, but Griffin collects. Eamon Corcoran here. He's been given a marking job this afternoon on Jamesy O'Connor. Clare trying to come through. In particular, Gilligan was causing a problem.
That decision won't go down too well, Ger. Let's say he got it wrong that time. If anything, it was a free in for Clare.
Brendan Cummins coming out to take this free.
Yeah, Gilligan has the ball here running across. He dodges back inside. He's definitely fouled there. Had to be a free for Clare. But the ref saw it all the way for overcarrying.
Words of admonition there for Sean McMahon. Conor Gleeson was the other player involved. Davy Fitzgerald. Just over 5 minutes to go to half-time. David Kennedy whipping it back down towards Owen Kelly. Kelly with a goal and 3 points so far. The umpires again have a right good look. And it's over.
Yeah, he's right on top in that corner there, George. He's got some great scores. Hard to get them on Frank Lohan, but he's getting them all day. He's the best tip forward at the moment.
It has to be worrying from a Clare point of view that Frank Lohan is allowing Kelly get in like that. Noel Morris, David Kennedy. One back here to Conor Gleeson. Touchdown by Owen O'Neill. Once again, it's this fine player, John O'Brien, but John has on this occasion just struck it to the left. Noel Morris can't hold on. Jamesy O'Connor chases after it, but it's won back once again by Noel Morris. He's a tigerish player in midfield. Conor Gleeson trying to link up with him. Brian O'Mara unable to do what I think he had in mind. Colin Lynch almost gone for a sideline. Certainly Cyril Lyons felt it was. It's Tom Costello. Tommy Dunn. One back, however, by Tony Griffin. Bit of work to do in the corner here. Great block down. Wonderful work indeed by Tom Costello. He went in courageously, defiant, and his timing was exquisite. David Kennedy opting to kick. Clearly in Tipperary they tolerate players who are both hurlers and footballers. Sean McMahon in over the head that time of Donncha Fahy. Support arriving there from Eamon Kennedy. Swept down by Philip Marr. Brian Lohan. Great stager that he is. Always the man for the big occasion. In a little huddle before the game, he gave the team talk. Good play here. Jerry Quinn. Across towards Jamesy. Impish player for Tony Griffin. Referee says play on. He saw a foul but gave an advantage, and it comes good for Clare, and it's over the bar. 1-8 to 1-5. Tony Griffin has now got 3 points in this match. The referee saw a pull down there but said Clare have the advantage, you go take it. Brendan Cummins late in this first half. Some very exciting passages of play. Eugene O'Neill over there to apply pressure. John O'Brien hoping to await developments. This is O'Brien. And it was Brian Lowen who was committing the foul. So free to Tipperary. It'll be Owen Kelly who'll come to take it. Referee is speaking to Brian Lowen. He's been a long time at this game. He's still providing great leadership, but perhaps not as fast as he used to be. None of us are. That's wide.
Yeah, during the last 10 minutes of that, Tip have missed a lot of scores. I begin to wonder when they rule them in the second half, because there is a strong breeze there.
Well, it's the only one that Owen Kelly has missed so far, the Tipperary free taker. Jamesy O'Connor. Protesting, but all in vain. Hasn't scored in the match so far. Then again, I think Eamon Corcoran has done a very good job on him. Scoring chances so far, very close. Tipperary with 18 scoring chances, Clare with 17. And we're now in the final minute, first half. Nice little jinking movement by Eugene O'Neill, and saved by Davy Fitzgerald. Names we have come to know over the last 7, 8, 9 years. Teams who played in an All-Ireland final, apart from Munster finals. The greatest of rivals, Davy Fitzgerald, breaking out. He's fouled. He's up on his feet fairly quickly.
Yeah, and all the Clare team are thundering in there. It's the one thing they probably wanted, Ger, because like they're going to get the free out. Time is moving on, and they'll be quite happy just to be 3 points down and going in at half-time.
This is it again. Davy coming away here. Conor Gleeson going in. And the referee, I think, may well have given a card to Conor Gleeson, or has he? Are we certain we saw a card there, Cyril?
I didn't see any card as such, but I think he did.
Free to Clare. Possibly the last attack of the first half. Sean McMahon will be the taker. Who's going to win it? Out by David Kennedy. Whistle blows. End of the first half. Plenty to talk about. 3 points between the teams. Clare got away to a wonderful start. Then Tipperary found their feet. And of course that goal by Owen Kelly after 20 minutes, followed up 5 minutes. It is Clare who have the breeze at their backs for the second 35 minutes. Only 3 between them. Pat Horan from Banagher in Offaly, ready to start the second half. Straight away it's Colin Lynch to Tony Griffin. Spotting Jamesy outside here on the right wing. Didn't look on target. It wasn't. That's 10 wides now in all for Clare, mounting the whole time. Brendan Cummins made that terrific save in the first half. Batted down by Shawnee McMahon. Picked up here by Eamon Corcoran. Lar Corbett trying to go forward. Really not exactly going anywhere in particular. Brought back again by Donncha Fahy. Conor Gleeson tried to deny Sean McMahon. No such joy. Instead, it's John Redden. And that is over the bar. John Redden from 6 Mile Bridge, very famous parish in Clare, has put 2 between them. He reached up well, dodged around David Kennedy, and struck it beautifully. Tipperary are about to make a change. The 2-goal man from last year's All-Ireland final, Mark O'Leary, comes in place of Lar Corbett. Well, it certainly has been Tipperary's plan in recent years under Dickie English to freshen things up as much as possible. That's a great take. Noel Morris. A lot of work to do still. Comes back to David Hoey from the St. Joseph's Dura Bearfield Club, who've had wonderful success in the club championship. Brian Lohan, who's played in a club final, played in All-Ireland and Munster finals as well. Won back this time by Eugene O'Neill. Nicely inside, and that is John O'Brien who's dragged down. Frank Lohan, the player who is in trouble.
Yeah, Jerry, you could call a professional foul, because if he got that ball inside of the tip man loose on his own.
This is John O'Brien trying to come through here. Highly rated player. Entered the fray against Limerick here last year in Cork as a sub for Lar Corbett. Frank Lohan has had the yellow card issued to him. That's 1 per team. Owen Kelly taking on the responsibility, but it's a pretty easy one by his standards, and that's now a goal and 5 points for Owen Kelly. So as we were at half-time, 3 between them. We were hearing there from Louis Mulqueen, who's such a popular figure in the backroom team for Clare, that Clare really want to win this one, but I can tell you Nicky and his backroom team want to win it as well. Brian O'Mara sweeping it forward here. Mark O'Leary putting in the challenge. Sean McMahon kicking the way down towards Markham. Won back here by Eamon Corcoran. Swept in there well by Tommy Dunn. Colin Lynch is after him. Dunn hitting it into space. Frank Lohan trying to go back, trying to make it his. And he's done so very successfully. Corcoran. It's quite a battle, quite a struggle. Jersey pulled. Noel Morris, who's got 1 point of the match so far. Paddy Casey there, part of the backroom team of 6 Mile Bridge and Clare over the years. Wonderful character. Sean McMahon. Breeze behind him, and plenty of encouragement from some of the opposing backs to indicate that it was wide. Brendan Cummins. Beyond John Redden this time. Brian Lohan coming out. There's a really good puck out, but it's put Clare back in possession once again. Well, it's a wayward ball way downfield, and Cyril will not be too pleased.
No, Joe, that's a daft kind of a ball. Instead of sending it kind of low into the corners or switch wings with it. Brendan Cummins' last puck out there was unbelievable against a good stiff breeze.
Here he goes again. This time into his half forward line. Noel Morris, Tommy Dunn. Bit of pushing, bit of jostling, and in the end it falls to Brian O'Mara. And Brian O'Mara has put it over the bar. It's his first point in this game. Just got there, saw the loose ball coming his way, and was absolutely decisive. Davy Fitzgerald with the breeze, putting the pressure on inside. James O'Connor, nice balance, good control. Stopped well, however. Philip Marr needing a bit of help back there. Tony Griffin. David Kennedy coming in to apply the challenge. Towards Carmody. Oof, two Tip players, I think, getting their sticks in one another's way. Philip Marr trying to get it out. In the end, helped by Paul Kelly. Brian Quinn reached up for it, didn't make it. It's Mark O'Leary instead. Still trying to advance, stopped. And Brian Quinn helped out by David Hoey. Noel Morris. Clare have it back. Alan Markham. It's a big one. Stopped. Brendan Commons. Good relieving clearance. Tommy Dunn. Real pile up over there. The referee, I think, will opt to throw the ball in. Great energy, great commitment from the players of both teams. Very healthy respect for one another. Tommy Dunn from Kennedy's pass. Conor Gleeson trying to snap it up onto the stick. David Kennedy instead. Well, it was John O'Brien who was being dragged back that time. Appeals by Brian Quinn. This was just a moment to go here. All eyes on the ball. Great concentration, great confidence as well.
It's at a stage of the game now, Joe, where Tip will begin to just pull away. The game has kind of gone dead. I know it's probably the pitch to take a lot of energy out of them. Tip will go 5 points up here.
Brian Kelly sweeping it over. He's now the scorer of a goal and 6 points. He's a wonderful free taker and gives them a variation from, say, a few years ago when Tommy Dunn would have been taking all those frees.
Yeah, he's a good player. Any chance he gets, he'll score.
Noel Morris. The attendance today, by the way, 27,531. Brian Lowen. Vintage Brian Lowen. Down towards Carmody. Philip Marr getting there ahead of him. Ormond about, so too is Kennedy. Pressure by Clare. It's one back here about the man in the corner, who was Donegal Fahy. And the ever-dependable Eamon Corcoran. James O'Connor getting it back, swept inside there towards John Redden, and the umpires look and decide, yes, that's right between the posts. And John Redden has now made it 111 to 1-7. It's his 3rd point of the game. Good pass, great release inside, good vision, great direction.
They're just hanging in, Ger, an odd score here and there, but like, the game is there for the taking if someone can raise the tempo. It's gone quite slow.
Still, it's very early stages in the second half, 44 minutes or so gone. Clare, resolute in defence. Frank Lowen driving it down towards the man in the corner there, who's David Ford. Quick injection of pace. Colin Lynch coming into it here. Well, the sting just taken out of it by the late challenge there. Hectic battle in midfield. Noel Morris. Fresh to the big time. Brian O'Mara trying to take it inside. Here's Brian Lowen. That's another great clearance by Lowen. Once again, it's Colin Lynch. Nicely outside here. And it's Griffin who puts it over the bar. Tony Griffin. He's got 4 points. and now there are just 3 between the teams.
That's the very same as at half-time, Jersey, and Clare have to keep this momentum going now because Tip came out and just got their point or two. The crowd are getting behind them at the moment.
The breeze has got to be worth something. Otherwise, why do we make such a big fuss about it at times? Paul Kelly. Broken down here. That was Eugene O'Neill. But the ball is coming straight back to the Clare midfield. Colin Lynch. Nicely done. Gilligan towards Carmody. Ford's about as well. Dangerous player. Out there to Eamon Corcoran. Touched away beautifully. And that is put over the bar. That is the full forward Tony Carmody from Ina with his first point of this match. And it's 111 to 1-9. This should have been cleared. It wasn't. And Clare were in to profit.
Now we have the crowd going. The whole 27 or 30,000 Gerard are on their feet at the moment.
They're enjoying it. Once again, it's Gleeson. Conor Gleeson on his left-hand side, over the bar. First point. 112-19. Thrilling stuff now at this particular stage of the second half. Took plenty of steps, mind you. Got away with it. Davy Fitzgerald. Paul Ormond, great catch. Or Eamon Corcoran, I should say. Paul Ormond's injured. They both wear orange helmets. Missed over there. Paul Kelly, second time of asking. Brian Quinn taking it in here safely, aware he might be hooked. Challenge coming in from Brian O'Mara. It's into space. Here's John O'Brien. Scoring chance here. The Clare defence running after him like mad. Still John O'Brien. Deflected away superbly by Brian Lohan. That's a great piece of defending, and he's made 3 magnificent clearances in the last 5 minutes. James O'Connor sweeping it in down, but nobody able to get to it. Donncha Fahy is the nearest man for Tipperary. Fahy still looking over his shoulders. Missed by David Hoey. Hoey has support, can't make it. Brian O'Mara instead, and that's tailed well away to the right. Brian O'Mara just having a word there with John O'Brien. I think O'Brien may have said to him, why didn't you scoop it forward to me? I had the better chance.
That was a white interception there, Gerard, by Brian Lohan.
Another Toomey Vara man, another Dunn, about to come in very shortly, it seems. That's Brendan Dunn. Meanwhile, Eugene O'Neill against Brian Lohan. He went to ground. The referee said no free, play on. Lohan does. He's down. Referee still says play away. Again, it's Eugene O'Neill, but it's over on the sideline, and it's a line ball, and it's going to be a sideline ball for Clare. Eugene O'Neill there, and Jerry Quinn. Marvellous stuff. In points, 15-12. And this is the freshman who's about to come in, Brendan Dunn. Nicky with the words of advice. He's already brought on, of course, Mark O'Leary. It looks like it's going to be John O'Brien who will come off. John O'Brien from Toomey Vara, about to be replaced by another man from the Greyhound Club. This time it's Brendan Dunn. So can the Duns do it for Tipperary? They lead by 3 points. Still plenty of time to go. Sideline. Tommy Dunn inside here towards Noel Morris. He's been influential. That's a super score.
Very poor player, Gerard, by the Clare midfielders there. 2 of them were caught out. He was calling for that ball for a good 20 seconds and no one picked him up at all. Fantastic score.
But as you say, they had plenty of time in which to adjust their positioning and failed to do so. Noel Morris has now scored a point from a sideline, and that one there just moments ago. That's David Kennedy, one of the heroes of last year. What a great year it was for Tipperary. But Clare have had their great years as well. Will this be another one? Colin Lynch. James O'Connor. Can he put in a big final 20 minutes? Clare will expect it of him, but I think he's had his injuries. Oof. Bit of a wild pull there. Brian Lohan was going in to make it his. And let's see just what happened next. All got a bit unsettled. And it's a yellow card for Owen Kelly following all of that. He's had a pretty checkered afternoon. A goal after 20 minutes, a goal and 6 in all, and now a yellow card. And Clare are about to bring into this match Ollie Baker. Loads of pressure. Clare striving to cope well with this and trying to bring a bit of authority into their attack. Last man there was John Redden. So when Ollie Baker comes in here, will he be that necessary ingredient needed to lift the game in Clare's favour? And it's going to be John Redden, I think, who's going to be taken off. And John has scored 3 points in the game so far. Well, he's done his bit. I'm sure some people will wonder just why he was taken off.
Ollie could score this.
Ollie striking it well. Can go anywhere. It falls down to Donegal Fahy. Fahy, the corner back. Good clearance. Out here towards Brendan Dunn. Tony Redden. And he took too many steps. It's a free to Tipperary. Midway through the second half. Eamon Corcoran will take this free. Just outside his own 45-metre line. Brian Lohan under it. Sean McMahon sweeping it to his right-hand side. Lots of support. Holloway trying to get it away. Lots of pressure from the Tipperary forwards. And a decision by Éadán Macsívna to award it to Clare. Well, Ollie, who burst on the scene in 1995. Swept into the middle of the field. A couple of players going for the same ball. Tip Hammett. Setting sail there is Eugene O'Neill. Played in the 1997 All-Ireland final against Clare, of course. Brian Quinn. Can't take it. Mark O'Leary, good block down. Ollie Baker, influential from a very early stage. Clare trying to turn this attack into something. Tony Carmody. Just his first touch wasn't good enough. Out as far as David Kennedy. Real Munster championship fare. It's what you've come to expect from these two great hurling counties over the last number of years. In fact, I suppose, in truth, all the way down the years. But the rivalry has been absolutely intense as Tony Griffin there incurs an injury. And immediately the team doctor is required. This, once again, is a marvellous block down by Ollie Baker there. against Mark O'Leary. It's put over the bar, the resultant free. It's Jamesy O'Connor's first point of this match, and it's 113 to 110.
Yeah, and Clare ringing the changes now as well, Ger. Jamesy O'Connor's gone full forward, Tony Campbell's gone centre forward, and Tony Griffin's gone back out wing.
So it's Jamesy against Philip Marr. Mark O'Leary drops short. Balance by Davy Fitzgerald. Great clearance. Everybody after it, sun in the eyes of several of the players there in midfield. They were rising up for that one. Colin Lynch dropping it forward. Rolled up beautifully by Paul Kelly. 3 Clare men around him, however. Niall Gilligan sweeping it back in. Eamon Corcoran out there first time for it. David Kennedy next. Almost losing it to Tony Griffin. One back, however. Tommy Dunn. It's Conor Gleeson. Great block there by Shawnee McMahon. Still the powerful and towering figure of Gleeson trying to get it ahead. And there was a chop down. And it's a free out to Clare. Clare chop down was Brian Quinn from Tulla. About 14 minutes left in this Munster Championship match. That was wonderful work there by Sean McMahon. Here he is with the free. Jamesy now at full forward. Not a position we're used to seeing him play in, but we are used to seeing Philip Marr as dominant as ever. Paul Kelly trying to get his clearance out. Has a second chance. Towards Brian O'Mara. Everybody now battling for every possible opportunity. Frank Lohan, 2 against 1. In comes Griffin. Here's a chance. Brendan Cummins once again makes a save. Another vital save by Brendan Cummins, this time from Tony Griffin. Conor Gleeson. Exciting stuff. Brian O'Mara inside the cover of Frank Lohan this time. Towards Mark O'Leary. He's been injured. Back in the fray once again. Beyond Eugene O'Neill. Instead it's Brian Lohan. Still 3 between them. Noel Morris. That's another brilliant catch. Beautifully taken. Owen Kelly has put it over the bar. He's now the scorer of a goal and 7 points.
Yeah, Ger, he's the difference between the teams, because any chance he gets, he just bangs it over. Very, very accurate. He's playing a fantastic game.
Just look at this one more time here. It was a great save on the line there by Brendan Cummins, and they came up the other end and scored a great point. How games can turn about in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Ger, same happened in the first half. Cummins brought off a great save, went up the far end, and Owen Kelly stuck in the back of the net.
We've got a sub coming on for Clare, and coming in here is Joe Considine. Played a lot of the league. I saw him play several times as a midfield player.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Joe Considine to me. That could be Conor Clancy, Joe.
Oh, it's Conor Clancy, I beg your pardon. It is Conor Clancy. But this is Tony Griffin. Again bearing down on goal, puts it over.
For a new fella, he's having a great, great game. You can't complain about it. He's got great scores and he's still playing on strong.
He's got 5 points in all in this match, which is a tremendous return. And he's really causing problems for David Kennedy. Lovely pick-up. That's nicely done. And it's over by Owen Kelly. A goal and 8 points. Sparkling performance by this young player. 115 to 111. Got vital experience last year.
He's keeping Tip that bit in front the whole time. Brian Quinn is on him now. It doesn't matter who's on him. He's so sharp today.
Kennedy against Griffin. Stick broken. That's Tony Griffin's stick. Stepping in here is Eamon Corcoran. Good ball forward. Eugene O'Neill against Brian Lohan. You can see the intensity of the effort everybody's putting in. That's Sherry Quinn. Paul Kelly needing a little assistance getting it. Oof. It's strong stuff. Again, it drops short. Easy one for Davy Fitzgerald, but his team are 4 points behind. About 10 minutes left. Eamon Corcoran. Everywhere you look, there's a tip danger man, it seems. Played in nicely by Brendan Dunn. Rocky period now for Clare. They need the next score or two if they're to emerge from Porky Queen this year with the victory they desire. Loads of able-bodied players down there, well and truly willing to give everything they have for the cause. David Hoey. Gilligan. Great block. Philip Marr, I think, was the one who finally got in the way. Brendan Dunn chasing after this one. Hit outside to Mark O'Leary. Very tight, very confined, in space in there. Clare gathering well. Tony Griffin. Good shoulder by Kennedy. Griffin does well, and he puts it over the bar, and he is having a stormer.
You have Griffin on one side and you have young Kelly on the other side. For a new fellow coming on, Griffin is playing great stuff. That's 6 from play.
Well, this was a good hefty shoulder there by David Kennedy, but Griffin, just let him bounce off him, really. And that was a great block just moments ago. It's going to be Micheál Ryan who will come on for Nicky English's team. And Mark O'Leary is coming off. Clearly, Mark has an injury, and they tried it, but it hasn't worked out.
It hasn't worked out, but it'll just show you Nicky isn't hanging around. Like, you know, he's using the subs. Their forwards still look very dangerous because there's more open space against the breeze when it goes up there.
Great catch. Conor Gleeson. Chasing after this one is Eugene O'Neill. Well, that's going to be a free for Clare, and they're in a hurry. Brian Lohan has decided it's such a hot afternoon here. He's discarded the red helmet.
Yeah, Jerry's having a great battle in there on O'Neill and these guys. He's throwing himself around, and, you know, he's dying on every ball.
David Kennedy unable to catch cleanly. James O'Connor down. Ollie Baker striking, and it's wide. It was a really good chance. Well, James O'Connor is the player who is down injured. Just look at what happened moments ago here. Going through, it was Philip Marr who connected with him frontally. Baker was in the follow-up. Well, Jamesy scored 1 point in this match so far, but that was from a free. Rory Quinn, the doctor. He'll keep going. Colin Flynn there, the physio. He's a tough and resolute character, Jamesy. He's done so much for Clare over the years. Both sets of supporters now getting right behind their teams. Only 3 points in it. Still a fair amount of time, about 6 minutes. Conor Gleeson. Eugene O'Neill trying to take it away. How did he do it? He's done it well, and that's a great point. Put over by Conor Gleeson.
Another good score, Jared. There's great fetching being done by Gleeson as he's playing centre forward, because he's out manoeuvring Sean McMahon, which is hard to do.
Yes, several key battles. Referee wasn't too pleased with Cyril Lyons running across.
Yeah,
the
well, in
field.
actual fact, what he's done there, he's put Sean McMahon wing back and young Jerry Quinn in centre back.
The difficulty is, and okay, everybody can give out about managers getting on the field, but they can't get their message to their players.
They have to get on there. Someone has to get on to give the message.
Here's Niall Gilligan. Thought about going right. Aware he was being hooked by Noel Morris. It's still Gilligan throwing it outside there. David Ford back once again to the man who really is in form, Tony Griffin. Will something happen here? It does!
Sure, that's a fantastic goal by David Ford, but the run through the middle, which was a great pass of movement. Ford, it's his second goal to get. A brilliant score. Nothing Brendan Cummins could do about that. And the game is in the melting pot with about 5 minutes left and 1 point in it.
On the 65th minute, it was David Ford who came in to rattle the net and to put just a point between the teams. We said earlier on, he's a proven goal scorer. He's done it so many times in the past. What a finish we're going to have now. Brian Lohan, surely Clare will be lifted by that. Pressure on Philip Marr back there, Tipperary's full-back. He's a stout-hearted player. Paul Kelly playing on the right wing. Pressure back on the Clare backs. 2 of them going for the one ball, losing it. And you can't afford to lose it to this particular guy, Tommy Dunn, his 2nd point of the match.
Yeah, complete mix-up there, Ger, between 2 backs. Brian Lohan came out on top of young Hoy, and you know, you can't do that. Give a chance to Tommy Dunn like that.
It was just a bad mistake, a misunderstanding, over-exuberance, and now it's given the initiative back to Tipperary. Noel Morris. Conor Gleeson one-handed forward, just doing enough anyway. Eugene O'Neill, great balance and control on the stick here by Brendan Dunn, and Tipper in, and that is over the bar.
You have to say, Gerard, that the difference with the teams are the forwards, because like the tip forwards, 6 of them are very, very dangerous.
Well, this is where Brendan Dunn came into the picture here and showed remarkable composure. Tipper about to bring in Liam Cahill, in keeping with the policy of just getting everybody into the picture, freshening up the ideas and the energy. And Tipperary now have a free. Just when you thought Clare got back by virtue of that David Ford goal to within 1 point, it's been Tipperary who've come back down and got the vital scores. They're ahead by 3 now, Cyril, and there's another chance coming up.
Yeah, and you'd have to say, to be fair to them, Gerald, like that every time Clare looked dangerous, Tip did come down the field and score. The forwards as a unit, they're playing very well, and I think Nicky will be very happy with this, because he's missing top players, and yet like he's used 18 or 19 today, he'd be very happy.
Brian Lohan has received the yellow card. He's played well. A lot of the, don't like using the phrase, old guard have played well. 1 or 2 a bit below par. And then we've seen a great display by Tony Griffin. Owen Kelly, 1-8 so far. The All-Ireland and Munster champions have just spurned an opportunity of adding to their lead. And there are just still 3 between them. A couple of minutes to play. Clare looking for another goal chance. They've got a free in. Lots of appeals. Doesn't really matter.
Yes, James is going to take the journey. He will tap it over.
Well, he appreciates there's still a little bit of time to spare in this match. Jamesy 1 point from free so far. It's another point. Conor Early is about to enter the fray here for Clare. Last minute substitution on the part of Cyril Lyons and his backroom team of John Millog and Louis Mulqueen. Can they do it? Can Tip hold on? It's a gripping contest. It's a free downfield. Colin Lynch, the player who was in possession when he was fouled.
Pressure on Sean McMahon here now. He probably will go for the score,
especially as we're now over the 70 minutes. Right in the middle of the field. He has missed it. The cheers are at the Blackrock end, where most of the Tipperary fans are gathered. There's still 2 between them. Time is almost up. Our tip to progress. Clare will have a second chance, but that's not what they want. They wanted a win here. They've still got an opportunity. Blocked out by Philip Marr. Oof, it's gifted there to Eamon Corcoran. And tip come clear. Down into the forwards, pressure on Brian Quinn. Beautifully taken by Owen Kelly. And that is wide. Not much time left now. Referee's looking at his watch. It's all over, and Tipperary have beaten Clare. They came good when they had to. In spite of that second goal by David Ford, with 5 minutes left to play, the team with the greatest amount of energy in the tank was Nicky English's side, and they have gone on here to prevail by just 2 points. At the start of the Munster hurling campaign, Nicky is delighted. Well, he might be.
Yeah,
and the full-time score here is Tipperary 118, that's 21 points. Clare 2 goals and 13, that's 19.
Fourth section of the Roscommon Herald sees this one. Connacht champions pitted against reigning All-Ireland winners, says writer Ian Cooney.